Hi there YouTube, this is Daniel back at Danos Comics once again with a new video. This time is a review of this graphic novel. It's called Tall Shadows, the narration of trust and betrayal. It's created and written and drawn by Pezman Mokari. I'm probably not pronouncing his name correctly, but at least I did it. I tried. Sorry. I was contacted a while ago by this indie creator, basically, who asked me if I was interested in reviewing his graphic novel. As I could research his first real venture into publishing a graphic novel. This is not a paid for review in any way other than that I've been provided this copy of the graphic novel to review. So I'm gonna try to give you my most honest opinions throughout this review. The graphic novel itself consists of 3 chapters, and it is 122 pages long. Which is also available in 2 languages. So it's available in Danish, which is one of Pezman's languages, and it's also translated into English as well. I have read the English version since I'm not fluent in Danish, and I do always prefer to read in English, actually. So I've asked Pesman to let me know something about himself so I could introduce him to the comic community. And what I've learned is that he is the writer and artist for this graphic novel. His name is Pesman Mokari, and it's, as I understand it, his debut in the comic business. He has loved visual storytelling since ever he was a small child, and which ultimately led him to actually pursue a education or degree at Tehran Art University, and where he acquired a bachelor's degree in film direction. Well, after graduating there, he moved to Denmark to study for a master's in production design at the Royal Danish Academy of Arts and School of Design. And during those years, he also studied animation in Japan at Osaka Seikei University. And in addition to this graphic novel and other things he has done, he has also won some awards at international film festivals for his short films. There is also a trailer for the graphic novel, and I thought it would be fitting to actually add that into the review here. So I'm gonna pause my review and let you see the trailer for the graphic novel. So, as you can see, I'm gonna use some of the aspects of the trailer to recap some of the story in this graphic novel. The story centers around this man named Sam, who, by all appearances, has just been released from a long prison sentence. And for a crime he basically was set up for or tricked into failing. And the first chapter centers around Sam and his need for revenge on those who actually he considers responsible for him ending up in prison in the first place, for those who actually betrayed him. And in the following two chapters, we get to follow him and his comrades as we are transported back into the past, basically. We get to live the moments, or we get to see the moments leading up to the actual event where everything went as it went for him to end up in prison. And as we saw in the trailer, Sam struggles to leave the dark world of criminals behind, and all he really wants is to start over a new life overseas where no one knows who he is, basically. But to be able to do this, he and his comrades considers that, to do that, they need to actually have one last score, one last job, basically. And that's what we actually get to see, the reasons behind them doing what they do, and the people around them that leads everyone to where they end up. But what about the artwork then? So the art itself is quite different from what I'm used to and what I usually tend to like. It's very rough at times, but you still get to see the nuances between characters. So you recognize the characters in each panel, so that's a good sign. And I find the artwork somewhat cinematic, and how panel layouts are done, which leads me to think that he takes his knowledge about how to do storyboards for films and short films and TV, and uses that in his comic, how he presents the scene, and he uses certain panels to paint the scene, so to say. And I like the grayscale. I like the gray tones in the artwork. It works well, and some of the cinematic feel you get, it's quite good and nicely represented by this page right here. You can see one character in the front is in focus, and the other character behind him is not in focus, much like in a movie or a TV show. And certain artwork and imagery works really well. I can't really put the artwork in a certain category, but it's not for everyone. But it serves its purpose. My final thoughts about the book: it's a very interesting book. I find it work well within the crime and thriller genre. At times I don't really understand the reason for certain characters' decisions, but maybe that's just me. Some of the dialogue is a bit rough, but that might be the translation. But I still found the story engaging, and I can see certain elements from movies that I like, such as Heat, and maybe The Town, and other crime genre movies or revenge style movies. So I think he pulls a lot of influence from those style of movies when creating this graphic novel, which is fine by me, because some of those films that I mentioned are some of my favorites as well. So yeah, this graphic novel, if you found it interesting and you would like to know more about it, you can always visit his website, or you can look it up on Amazon or a book retailer near you. I'll leave the link for his website in the description below. So if you have read this book, if you find the review helpful, please let me know in the comment section. And if you decide to read it, let me know. I find it interesting to see if my reviews help people decide. And until next time around, let's have a fantastic week of reading, collect what you like, and see you around. Bye bye.